Welcome to this video guide on how to make some Ashland bases for your miniatures. In this video, I will show you how to create texture using sand, utilise additional scenics, as well as showing you some more traditional techniques, like base coating, washes, and dry brushing. In your pack, you should have the following: 5 32mm bases, a mixing cup and mixing stick, a shade brush, a fluffy brush, a detail brush, some paints, a pouch of sand, some rocks, and a number key with a digital guide link on the back. Some materials you may need but are not included in your pack: superglue, kitchen roll, a cup of water, some tweezers, and a hairdryer. I also recommend taking a look at some reference images before you start, so you have an idea on how you want it to look. There are some reference images in the PDF, but you are of course welcome to find some of your own. We are starting off by making some texture on the base. With your mixing stick, take some PVA glue and start smearing it all over the base. Pour your sand into the mixing cup provided. Whilst the glue is still wet, you can dunk the entire base into the sand, picking up as much as possible. Once each base is covered, you can clean up the edges with your finger if wearing gloves, a tissue, or even an old brush. Leave to dry completely before moving on to the next step. You can use a hairdryer to speed things up. Once dry, take your shade brush and paint the whole base black. This will make the sand blend into the base. Don't worry about being neat at this stage. Leave to dry completely before moving on to the next step. You can use a hairdryer to speed things up. Next, you can start adding scenics to help bring the base to life. You can add some extra rocks using superglue, and I recommend using tweezers if you have some, for more accuracy and preventing sticky fingers. Due to age restriction laws on selling solvents in the UK, superglue is sold separately and not included in your pack. Wait for the glue to fully set and dry before moving on to the next step. Now you could leave it there, but here is how you can enhance the features to make it look more dynamic and pop against the tabletop. With your shade brush, cover the whole base, including the rocks, with black wash. Don't be afraid to use a lot, as you want to tint the rocks to look darker and blend into the rest of the base. Wait for this layer to fully dry before moving on to the next step. You can use a hairdryer to speed things up. Next, you can try some dry brushing. To do this, take a tiny amount of London Grey with your fluffy brush, scrubbing most of it off on some kitchen roll, and flick your brush back and forth all over the base. Afterwards, we can dry brush on top with white, using the same method as before, using a very small amount of paint, scrubbing most of it off, and flicking all over the base. The only thing is to try and use less pressure this time, as we don't want it to be too strong. Once that's done, the final step is going back in with black and carefully painting the rim to clean up all the edges and make it look really seamless. You might need to thin your paint for this. I recommend using some damp kitchen roll and adding some water to thin it down as needed. And there you have it, a completed set of 5 Ashland bases which can be used for any miniature you like. I hope this tutorial was useful, and don't forget to check out my other products and work at blackrabbitcreative.co.uk.